What's up, Instagram babes? Okay, so boy, do I have a story for you. I'm about to tell you, I'm making a little documentary about how the CIA has targeted me, the cabal. I am a targeted individual. Knock on wood, because I don't want to keep that timeline going, so I'm trying to shift down different timelines using the law of attraction and everything. But I'll tell you a little bit of what the CIA has done to me. What they can do is they can channel through me. I don't know if you've ever seen Bashar, but there's a guy named Daryl, and he channels and he lets the higher dimensional entities speak through him. And that's what the CIA agents can do to me. They can speak through me physically. And they can telepathically send me messages. They send me telepathy all the time. I love this hoodie. It's my new hoodie. They send me telepathic messages all the time, just gruesome things, horrible things. And at first, it really freaked me out, and I didn't know where it was coming from because back in December, this is when it started, like at the beginning of December, and I was like really confused because at first I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then eventually they like gave too many signs. Like I would be like chilling on my couch. I would be laying on my couch, and then they would send me a telepathic image of me laying on the couch. So it's like they were like 5 feet away from me looking down at me, and then they sent me an image of myself. So it's like and then I was like, okay, so it's clearly a person fucking with me. And then I had my girlfriend, she astral projected and went and she remote viewed. She remote viewed and she astral projected, and she went and viewed the people, the guy that was doing it. And she's like, yeah, he's in Nevada, and he's a good looking middle-aged man, and and she just basically gave a description of what, and I can't tell his address because he has it blocked. He had protection up. You can do this. There's so many types of protections and shields and weapons that you can build while you're in the astral. That's just a multidimensional thing. Most people don't know anything that I'm talking about because they only live in the third dimension. They are third dimensional. Once you awaken your spiritual powers through meditation, or through love, because love awakens you to higher frequencies, then you will experience more beyond the third dimension. Forgive my mirror. I wrote a bunch of things with lipstick on my mirror, so that's why it's all dirty. I'm not a slob. Anyway, so, anyway, I want to get to the main point. Back in December, at the end of December, before I fully knew that I was being attacked, I thought it was like a demon at first. I thought it was like some kind of possession. So I thought it was like, but I didn't know what it was because someone was just sending me telepathic messages, and I'm just hearing these voices in my head. And let me tell you, in my 22 years of life, I have never heard a single voice. I'm not schizophrenic. I don't do drugs. I'm not fucking schizophrenic. I'm fucking normal, dude. I'm a normal physics student. Like, anybody who knows me knows that I'm an intellectual person with a good head on my shoulders, and it's not something like that. And they've admitted that they are the cabal too. They've admitted it to me. You don't want to know how. And they also attack me in the astral at night. Because I'm an astral traveler. I'm always traveling. I work with extraterrestrials sometimes. I work with the Galactic Federation of Light. I work with Ashtar. I've worked with the Octurians. The Octurians are the blue ones. They were the ones that gave me a map of the 8th dimension and how the 8th dimension works. And anyway, I'm just giving you some background. I'm letting you know that I am a skilled astral traveler, so I know what I'm talking about when I say that I have met the Illuminati, the Cabal, whatever you want to call them. They are CIA agents that are targeting me, and I met them in the astral at night because I'm always hanging out in the 4th dimension. Sometimes I hang out in higher dimensions when I don't worry about why I hang out in the higher dimensions. So there's some practices that you do that you just need to keep to yourself. But so hold on. So anyway, I've been doing this since I was a teenager. I'm 22 now. Even since I was a young teenager, I've been I'm not good at astral projecting, but I did that when I was like 14 or whatever. I've been working with aliens since I was a kid. Anyway, so when I tell you that these CIA agents have tortured me at night in the astral, I tell you that I'm a professional astral traveler and I'm professional at the higher realms, simply because so you can believe me and say, oh, well, how do you know it wasn't just a dream? Like, how do you know that you just didn't fall asleep and have a bad dream? How do you know it wasn't a lucid dream? Well, because I've contacted beings thousands of times, and it's once you hang out in the other realms, in the fourth dimension and the fifth dimension so much, it's just like the third dimension. You know who you're talking to. When you walk over to the supermarket, when you go to Walmart, like, you know who you're talking to. And it's just like, because you've been to the Walmart a million times, you've hung out in the third dimension so many times, you know what's going on. So like when I hang out in the higher realms, I know what the fuck is going on. So like these CIA agents, they would rape me, they would torture me, and they like to torture me a lot in the higher realms, because when I wake up in the morning, not only does it disturb my sleep, so it makes it hard for me to function and work on my physics website where I am doing the science behind the law of attraction and astral projection. So they tire me out, so I can't do that work. But they also they like doing torture at night in the astral, because when they stab your astral body or they rape your astral body, you feel it 100%, but there's no proof. Just like telepathy, when they send me telepathy, which I have proof for, just read a book by Paul H. Smith, called Inside the Enemy's Mind. He is a retired CIA agent, and he used to work for the special ops teams that have all their psychic powers awakened. They awaken their third eye. They awaken all their spiritual powers, telekinesis. He worked with telekinesis. His guy named Paul Smith. He was a CIA agent, and I read his book, Inside the Enemy's Mind. This is not a conspiracy. I have 100% proof. I have 100% proof for this. Just read the fucking book. He used to be, the CIA has a team of astral projectors, people who have their third eye awakened, people who can go outside their body, people who can send telepathic images and messages, and there are special ops teams in the CIA. This is declassified. People can research this. So if you say this is fake, I'm sorry, but you're just fucking stupid. You're too stupid to do research. So like if you say that I'm crazy, like you're literally denying evidence that is one Google click away. And that is the biggest problem with humanity, that like spiritual awakenings and spiritual powers, there's so much proof. Anyway, it's fucking common sense. Well, it's common sense to me. Forgive me if it's not common sense to everybody else. It's hard for me to relate to the average person, because I'm so used to going to the fifth dimension every night. I'm so used to working with extraterrestrials. Anyway, the one thing I wanted to get to is back in December, before I knew exactly what was going on, before I was used to the CIA torturing me. They used to torture me in other ways, but I don't want to get into that. They would send people on the streets to rape me and follow me around town. I have witnesses of this too. I have proof for all this. So back in December, I was put into a psych ward because they were channeling through my physical mouth, and they would say stuff like, "Hail Satan," and "I worship Baal," and they would start talking about like worshiping, like all the Satanist shit that they do, all the satanic shit that the cabal does. And they were talking about Jacob Rothschild, and they made me think that I was talking telepathically to Jacob Rothschild, but I wasn't. It was just the CIA agent telepathically pretending to be somebody he's not. But I was in a psych ward because I was walking around and they were speaking out of my mouth, because I didn't know how to stop them, and now I know how to stop them. So like my grandma thinks I have schizophrenia, and my doctor thinks I have schizophrenia. And let me tell you, this has only happened one time in my life, and this was back in December. This is December/January for a few weeks. And then I realized what was going on. The more that they sent me telepathic images, and then when they started harassing me in the astral, I'm like, okay, this is clearly a person that's fucking physically targeting me, like a person that's got a special mission. And the more that they left footprints behind from all their crimes that they committed against me, the more that I realized it's I thought it was a demon at first, and it's not me. It's not like I said, I have no fucking depression, anxiety bullshit. I got no schizophrenia, nothing like that. But my friend James thought it was schizophrenia. My grandma, she's so third dimensional. She laughs when I talk about astral projection. She thinks I'm crazy when I talk about astral projection. And that's exactly why I want to do the physics behind this stuff, because I'm a spiritually awakened kid, and the scientific community needs this stuff to be proven. But anybody who researches anti-gravity or doing the science behind things that'll expand your consciousness, they're like me. They get targeted and they get shot. The CIA tells me that they're going to kill me every single day, and I'm putting this on document so that for proof. And so yeah, I'm a targeted individual. At first I thought it was demon possession, so I went to a shaman who could remove entities and entity attachments and stuff like that. But that didn't work because it wasn't an entity attachment. And sometimes I just talk directly to them. I'm just like, hey, what's up? And sometimes they just talk right back to me. And I mean, like, so that's like a thing. Like, it's literally, this is a fucking person. My friend astral projected and remote viewed and physically saw that. This is a person. Anyway, I'm not debating that because I have more than enough proof. And they used to send people on the streets to rape me and target me, and I have proof for that too. So, like, it's called gang stalking. It's called where they single you out and they target you. But joke's on them because I'm strong enough to handle it, and I don't care if people laugh at me because I am smart enough to know what astral projection is. So it's like, I don't even care who calls me fake. It's like, okay, joke's on you. I'm more enlightened than you, and I know the truth. Like, you're laughing at someone who knows the truth. Why would I be offended? If anything, I take it as a compliment nowadays. I take it as a compliment. Like, okay, I'm more awakened than you. Thank you. Being called crazy is a compliment. Like, and I'm not, I mean, even if I sound like an egotistical person right now, I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it to come off for that. I've just dealt with years of criticism. So it's kind of like, sorry if I did just say fuck you, but like, you guys can say fuck me. You can say it to me like I'm an asshole, like I'm crazy, and if I say it back, then I'm the asshole. No, it's like, I deal with criticism all the time, and it's like, excuse me for actually wanting, I incarnated to help the world, and it's my mission to do the physics behind astral projection, all our spiritual powers. I love Tesla technology, I love anti-gravity. That's why they want me, but she ain't gonna get me. And if the CIA kills me, I'ma reincarnate. I'ma come back 10 times better. I'm gonna do it all over again. I would, and I don't give up. I don't care how many lifetimes it takes. Anyway, so the rest of this document was, I was trying to put on document that back in December/January, I was in a psych ward because they were speaking through me. So they thought I had schizophrenia, because these 3D doctors don't know what telepathy is. But then eventually, they started speaking like just normal humans, and I mean, they would even, I figured out eventually it was, clearly telepathy, and, anyway, so I just wanted to put on document that I was in a psych ward for, and here's the thing, like, people with schizophrenia, they don't just have one episode in their entire life and then it stops, like, that's it, and, if you are a channeler, feel free to channel. If you don't believe me, channel your spirit guides and ask them what's going on. Oh, and here's another thing. I asked this one lady, I think her name was Christine, and I asked her to do a channeling for me because I wanted help. I wanted help on what was going on, and she said, okay, blah blah. Ooh, look, I got the Galactic Federation of Light online. I'm channeling the Galactic Federation, and mind you, I have telepathically contacted these aliens before, so I know what they sound like and I know what they're like. But she thought she was channeling the Galactic Federation the whole time, but she was actually channeling the CIA, and I know this because at the very end, they sent me a dirty picture of a bed. I think it was my bed, and it was like all black and like dirty looking, and they sent the exact same thing to her at the end. And when they send their telepathy around that time, it used to always be dark shit. And here's the thing. Here's how you know it's bullshit. Like, Ashtar, Galactic Federation, they don't send fucking dark, bloody images. So it's like, why would you just randomly receive a horrible, dark image at the end? Plus, all the information she gave was useless and incorrect. They told her to just, the advice they gave her was dial out of they said it was just a lower energy that was affecting me, and they said dial out of it and dial into the Galactic Federation, and that is not the answer, and that's not even what's happening. So yeah, I just wanted to make this document. They thought it was schizophrenia, and like, I'm a normal person, I'm an intellectual person, I'm very enlightened, I have my spiritual abilities awakened. I can't use them right now because every time I go to channel like Source or my guardian angels, I've channeled my guardian angels a lot, but nowadays whenever I do it, I need water, hold on. nowadays, whenever I do it, they interfere. It's kind of like whenever I go to meditate, they interfere. Um, they also said that their mission is to kill me from the inside out, and that's why I made they also tell me to kill myself all the time. And to the average 3D person, they're like, oh my god, you're hearing voices, blah blah blah. It's like, dude, I cannot wait till the planet awakens and acknowledges telepathy as a scientific phenomena, because it is. And I plan to do the science behind it to prove it. Oh wait, the CIA already does this, and there's books and documents on it. But people are too fucking stupid to get their head out of their ass and click Google and read it. I just gave you the name of the book in this video. It's proof. It's damn proof. And I am here on this planet to prove these things. Like, it's simple. It's so simple. The only reason people don't believe in psychic powers is because they have not awakened their own, because they have only seen the third dimension, because their frequency is so low, because having a high frequency is what activates these spiritual powers, because they lie on a higher frequency. But people are so